Okay, so now that we have talked through the evolution of the web and kind of where we're at currently as web consumers as well as web producers, and you have played with all the different development environments and you've picked one, now we're actually going to together create a website. So what I want you to do is go ahead and open up whatever text editor you're using. Here I'm using Text Wrangler, and I have gone to basically you say file new and you go text document, and then you're able to it opened an untitled text3 right here. You could go to save as and make sure that you just save it as, in this case I want you to save it as hello world.html. Obviously I already have a file named that, so I'm not going to do that here, but just make sure that it has .html at the end. Make sure it's named hello world. So once you do that, we're going to start filling this in. So there's some important things that every HTML page has to have, regardless of if you are going to show it on a phone or on a browser on a laptop or whatever. They need to have these things. And the first thing is a command called doctype. And what doctype does is it tells the browser, hey, I'm about to give you some HTML. And so doctype looks like this. So it's the caret, exclamation point, and then in all caps you write doctype, you hit space, and then HTML, and then you end it. So this kind of formatting is what we're going to call a tag in HTML. We're going to talk a lot about tags in the next module, but for now just know that this needs to be at the top of every document you write. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to do another command, and this command basically says, okay, now that you're looking for HTML, browser, here is where you're actually going to find it. And so you say caret HTML and end the caret. So in HTML, anything that opens has to be closed. And so let's hit enter 3 times, 1, 2, and 3, and let's say caret. And the way you would close it is it's the same tag, but right after the caret you're going to put a slash like that. So you say slash HTML. So now what this has done, and you'll notice that you did it right because Text Wrangler now shows you this, and you can close it. See? So that's how you know that you did the open and close correctly. So you're saying, hey, here comes some HTML. Now we're done. Okay? Within this HTML tag, you're going to have 2 sections. We're going to talk a lot about these sections in Module 2, but for now, let's just call them head and body. Okay, so you have head, and then we're going to close the head. Then you have body. We're going to close the body. Okay? Now, everything that you put within the head tells the browser how to show things on the screen. It's how you're actually going to style the text or make boxes be a certain size or color. What you put down in the body is what is actually going to show up on the screen. Okay? So what I'm going to do up here is in the head, I'm going to hit tab, and I'm just doing this so I can keep myself organized. Okay? So I'm going to hit tab, and I'm going to do another tag called style. Then I'm going to come down and I'm going to end the style. Okay? Now within style, I'm going to hit tab again. And it doesn't necessarily matter for right now that you understand what everything that's going on in every line. You're going to understand this a lot more after Module 2, but for now just kind of follow along with me, okay? So here I'm going to say H1, and then I'm going to use a curly bracket. Okay, so that curly bracket says, okay, whatever I'm about to say, do it to everything labeled H1. So curly bracket, I'm going to say color is red. Okay, and then I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to hit another curly bracket, and that closes the H1. See? Now I'm going to hit enter again twice. I'm going to tab backwards. I'm going to say P. I'm going to do the curly bracket. I'm going to hit enter and tab. And I'm going to say font dash family colon. Okay, so what this is going to do is anything that is written within a P tag, which is a paragraph tag. So this is how you're going to show 95 to 99% of your text on your website. Anything that's in a font family, let's make it always be Helvetica. Okay, so then we close that. We've already closed style. Okay, so that's all the styling that I want to do for now. Now let's come down to body and let's make things actually show up on the screen. So we're going to hit tab, and we're going to start off with an H1. Okay, so you're going to say caret H1 into the caret, and then you're just going to type hello world. And then you're going to end it. So, right, so I'm starting this right here, I'm ending it right there. Okay, and if you'll remember, everything that is styled with an H1 gets colored red, so this is going to be colored red. Okay, then underneath that, we're going to put caret P end, and I'm going to type out a sentence. I just want you to follow along with me. There are 6 different sizes of header tags. Now, header tags are any tags that start with H. So H1 is the largest header tag. Okay. Underneath this, let's hit enter. And we're going to do another paragraph. And we're going to keep on describing the header tags for you, okay? They vary from very large to smaller, but headers are a way to separate text in a regular paragraph tag. Okay, so you can use headers in a few different ways. You can use headers to make things stand out on a screen, to separate chunks of text. You can use header tags within a sentence, even, to style a certain part of the sentence. There are a number of other ways that you can style text within a paragraph tag. The most common for us is they're going to be the ones that you probably use all the time over in Word. So if we come over here and look in Word, you can do bold, italics, and you can underline. Well, guess what? You can do all of those same things here in HTML. And so the way we're going to do that is we want to bold 6, right? So I want just the word 6 to be bold when it shows up. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to say caret B, end the caret. I'm going to say caret / B to end it. So there are will not be bold. 6 will be bold. Different sizes of header tags will not be bold. Okay? Now, I can also insert headers within a paragraph tag. So I could say they vary from, and what if I want very large to be an H1, the largest header? Well, I just do this. And I end it right here. Okay? And then I can make smaller be an H6. Okay, so again, H1 is the largest tag. It is your huge headline. H6 is going to be larger than a paragraph, but still not as big as an H1. So H6, and then right here, I'm going to say /H6. Okay? Now, if you save this and go find your file wherever you saved it, if you put it on your desktop, if you have a folder structure you put it in, whatever, and then you go over to Safari or Chrome or whatever you use and you refresh that, this is what it's going to look like. Okay? So as you can see, we said hello world. There are 6, and you'll notice 6 is in bold. Different sizes of header tags. They vary from very large to smaller, but headers are a way to separate text in a regular paragraph tag. So everything we said here shows up here, and it's styled such that everything in the H1s is red. Remember, we said this right here. So if we said blue, and we refresh this, now all of a sudden it's blue, right? Same as everything that is in a paragraph tag is a Helvetica font. You'll notice this is a different font from this. This is Helvetica, right? So what I want you to do for this assignment is I want to make sure that you have this exact copy all the way down. Let's change this back to red so you don't get yourself confused. So I want you to make sure that you have 2 things styled, an H1 and a P tag. You have all of this written. Now what I want you to do is come over to this assignment document. This is in Blackboard, so you can download it for yourself and print it off. Okay, if you have followed along and replicated everything that I said, congrats, you've done the first part of the assignment. Now I want you to go into the CSS section of the document and change one of the properties, so either the H1 or the paragraph tag. You can find all the possible things that you can style about different tags right here at this link to W3 Schools. Okay, once you are happy with that, I want you to change the name of the document from Hello World to Hello World _ changed.html. Then you're going to upload that to the assignments folder for this module on Blackboard. Once you've finished all of that, you're done with the assignments, okay? All right, so good luck. If you have any questions, please do email me.